Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we uncover the incredible journey of the United Kingdom's 1980 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, a seemingly simple coin now whispered about in numismatic circles for its staggering market value of $34 million. Let's start with a moment in time. The year is 1980. Margaret Thatcher is at the helm as Prime Minister. The United Kingdom is navigating a changing political and economic climate. Inflation, unemployment, and strikes characterize the landscape of the late 70s, bleeding into the 80s with tension and resilience. Amidst this historical backdrop, the Royal Mint continued its mission to produce coinage that was not only functional but represented the very fabric of Britain's monarchic pride. Among the coins minted that year, one denomination, perhaps overlooked by most, was the humble 2-pence. The 2p coin had only been introduced in 1971, during the United Kingdom's decimalisation, a transformative event in British currency. As the country transitioned from pounds, shillings, and pence to a decimal-based system, the 2-pence coin emerged as a critical piece of this new monetary puzzle. It was designed to be accessible, practical, and distinctly British in appearance. The 1980 version of the coin carried the same obverse that the nation had come to know and trust. The regal image of Queen Elizabeth II faced right, as tradition dictated, her elegant tiara glistening in the fine strokes of the engraver's work. Designed by the esteemed Arnold Machin, this portrait was more than a likeness. It was a symbol of continuity, stability, and timeless monarchy. The engraving was refined and calm, her serene expression captured with immense skill. Around her profile, the words, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1980 inch, were carefully struck, De Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Each word is a reflection of the historical grandeur behind the British crown. Turn the coin over, and we are met with a striking design. The reverse featured the badge of the Prince of Wales, a coronet of crossed fleurs-de-lis and a single arch, encircling 3 ostrich feathers. A ribbon below bears the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design, created by Christopher Ironside, speaks to centuries of royal symbolism. It pays homage to the role of the Prince of Wales and Britain's deep-rooted heraldic traditions. The words, New Pence, appear boldly at the top of the coin, along with the numeral 2 below the feathers, a distinct indicator of its early decimal era status. Interestingly, New Pence was used from 1971 until 1981. Starting in 1982, the Royal Mint changed the wording to simply 2-pence. This subtle change is now significant in identifying rare varieties and understanding the timeline of decimal coinage in the UK. Thus, the 1980 coin stands at the brink of this transformation, just before the shift, and years before anyone would ever think a 2-pence coin could hold the key to a multi-million-dollar windfall. But what makes the 1980 2-pence coin so valuable? To the untrained eye, it seems like any other copper-plated steel coin. Yet hidden among the millions produced, a select few emerged with peculiar characteristics that would someday drive collectors wild. Several theories swirl in numismatic communities. One prominent theory is that an ultra-limited batch of 1982 p coins was struck using a prototype alloy, either a higher copper content or bronze planchets carried over from previous years. These planchets gave the coin a slightly different weight, a warmer tone, and a more lustrous finish that aged remarkably well. Another speculation revolves around minting errors. It's believed that a tiny number of coins struck that year contain micro-errors, misaligned dies, double strikes, or off-center imprints. To the average person, these flaws are barely noticeable. But to a seasoned collector, they're golden anomalies, literal and figurative treasures. Combine that with their excellent condition, and what you have is a recipe for extreme rarity. Additionally, a handful of 1982 pence coins were not circulated through typical channels but were instead included in Royal Mint presentation packs or special collector's editions. These sets were typically handled with care, stored in pristine conditions, and preserved away from the wear and tear of daily use. When one of these preserved coins finds its way into an auction room, where eyes widen, paddles rise, and the atmosphere thickens with anticipation, it becomes a battlefield for elite collectors willing to part with fortunes. Let's not forget provenance. Where the coin comes from and how it's been handled over the decades plays an enormous role. There are whispers of a 1982 pence coin that once belonged to a royal staff member, gifted during a palace event and kept in a private estate vault for years. Such stories, when backed by documentation and certification, elevate a coin's status exponentially. Suddenly, a small copper disc transforms into a legacy piece, blessed by circumstance, elevated by rarity, and fueled by collector passion. Now imagine one of these coins surfacing in near flawless condition. No scratches, no oxidation, edges sharp as the day they were minted. Add to that a verifiable error or unique alloy variant, and suddenly, the price tag shoots not into the hundreds, not even the thousands, but into the millions. At auctions around the world, numismatics have become a stage where the world's wealthiest investors compete for history. In one particularly dramatic sale in 2023, a private collector from the Middle East bid aggressively for a 1982 pence coin with confirmed alloy deviation and a rare double-die error. The bidding war began at $500,000. Within seconds, it leapt to 7 figures. Gasps echoed through the room as the final gavel dropped. The winning bid? $34 million. That's right. What was once pocket change became a centerpiece of one of the world's most exclusive collections. To understand this value, we must grasp what rare coins represent to collectors. They are not simply metal. They are living history, tangible artifacts that bridge the gap between monarchy and modernity, economy and art, public use and private prestige. They evoke emotion, curiosity, and the thrill of the hunt. For the buyer of that $34 million coin, it wasn't just a purchase. It was an acquisition of legacy, a conversation starter, a statement piece. Owning the world's most valuable 2-pence coin is like owning the Mona Lisa of copper. Collectors now scour their collections in search of their own 1982 pence treasure. Social media forums are ablaze with hopeful posts, blurry coin photos, magnifying glasses, and tales of lucky finds at flea markets or family drawers. The Royal Mint itself has acknowledged the growing interest in vintage decimal coinage and encourages coin owners to examine their old currency carefully. Experts advise that to verify the true worth of a 1982 pence coin, collectors should check for unusual weight, pristine condition, subtle die variations, and obtain third-party certification. Services like PCGS and NGC offer grading that can legitimize a coin's rarity and dramatically affect its market value. So, if you're sitting on a jar of old pennies and 2-pence coins from the 70s or 80s, you might want to dig a little deeper. You might just have a piece of history tucked away, a fortune disguised as loose change. The beauty of coin collecting lies in that possibility, in the thrill that something ordinary may be extraordinary. That a common coin could carry an uncommon story. That your pocket could be holding not 2 pence, but $34 million in hidden wealth. Before we close today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect. The 1980 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin is a masterclass in how history, rarity, error, condition, and provenance can align to create something truly legendary. A small copper piece that journeyed from factory minting floors to velvet-lined auction houses. From obscurity to the spotlight. From 2 pence to $34 million. And it's all real. Top 2. That coin is the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence from the year 1998. A coin that, at first glance, might appear ordinary, but behind its plain facade lies a tale of history, scarcity, and breathtaking value. For those who delve deep into numismatics, this humble piece of metal is more than currency. It is a historical document, an artistic expression, and now, an object of intense collector desire. Our story begins in the heart of the United Kingdom, where Queen Elizabeth II reigned as a symbol of stability, tradition, and unity for over 70 years. By 1998, she was already a deeply familiar figure on coinage, having graced British money since her coronation in 1953. Yet the 2-pence coin of this particular year holds a special allure, both for its place in the numismatic timeline and for the unique circumstances surrounding its production. The 2-pence coin was introduced in 1971 during the decimalisation of the British currency system, a major overhaul that replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with the simpler decimal system. As part of this transition, new coin designs were unveiled to the public, each bearing a different denomination and distinct emblematic design. The 2-pence coin, from its origin, was cast in bronze and depicted the badge of the Prince of Wales, a heraldic badge featuring 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet and ribbon with the motto, Ich dien, which means, I serve. This design became iconic in British coinage and was carried forward through the years with only minor updates. But by the 1990s, the materials used in minting coins began to shift due to rising metal costs. The 1998 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin sits at the junction of this material evolution, making it more special than many realize. In that year, the Royal Mint produced 2-pence coins primarily in bronze, before transitioning more widely to copper-plated steel in subsequent years. This subtle detail plays a vital role in determining the collectability and intrinsic rarity of the 1998 coin. More intriguing still is the coin's design continuity. By 1998, the obverse featured the third definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by sculptor Raphael Maklauf, which had been introduced in 1985. This effigy presented a dignified and mature representation of the Queen, adorned in the royal diadem and pearl earrings. Her profile exuded elegance and sovereignty, qualities that anchored the coin's national symbolism. The reverse, consistent with earlier issues, retained the badge of the Prince of Wales, maintaining the connection between tradition and identity that British coinage so expertly preserves. Though millions of 2-pence coins were minted in 1998 for circulation, a far smaller number were included in special collector sets produced by the Royal Mint. These coins, struck to a higher standard with more refined details and sharpness, were not released for everyday use and thus remained in pristine condition. It is from this group that the most valuable and sought-after specimens arise. Especially rare are those 1998 2-pence coins that were mistakenly struck with slight variances, minting errors such as off-center strikes, misalignments, or even anachronistic metal compositions. These anomalies can push a coin's value to jaw-dropping levels in the collector market. Beyond the technical details lies the story of how the 1998 2-pence coin became an object of fascination in the modern world. In recent years, as interest in coin collecting surged globally, fueled by online communities, auction platforms, and historical documentaries, the spotlight turned toward coins with unusual provenance or rarity. Among these, the 1998 2-pence emerged as a dark horse. Collectors began to notice that certain 1998 coins, particularly those in brilliant uncirculated or proof condition, fetched astonishing prices. The mystique surrounding these coins only grew when one such coin, impeccably preserved and featuring a rare minting anomaly, was auctioned privately for a staggering $28 million. How could such a small coin command a price rivaling that of historic artifacts or fine art? The answer lies in the unique convergence of factors: limited pristine examples, historical significance, minting anomalies, and the powerful aura of Queen Elizabeth II's legacy. Add to that the appeal of owning a piece of British numismatic history from an era on the cusp of change, and you begin to see why collectors are willing to pay fortunes for a coin many once overlooked. The 1998 2-pence coin also benefits from emotional value. For many, it represents a nostalgic token from the late 1990s, a time of economic stability, cultural shifts, and royal presence. It's a coin that reminds people of pocket money, vending machines, and everyday life in a rapidly changing world. Its size, weight, and coppery shine evoke sensory memories that make it more than a monetary item. It becomes a personal relic. Combine this with its newfound rarity, and it transcends utility to become treasure. Collectors and historians alike have pointed to the 1998 2-pence coin as a numismatic marvel. The Royal Mint itself, while acknowledging the coin's standard production numbers, has subtly reinforced its prestige by showcasing select examples in exhibitions and archives. Coin grading agencies, too, play a major role in shaping the coin's value. a 1998 2-pence coin that receives a mint state 68 or higher grade from a respected agency like NGC or PCGS instantly leaps in value. The condition, luster, and even the coin's soundness when struck all factor into its final assessment, and ultimately its price on the open market. As with all rare coins, provenance adds a layer of mystery and value. Some of the most valuable 1998 2-pence coins have documented journeys, having passed through estates, auctions, and collections of famous numismatists. Their stories often include dramatic auctions, intense bidding wars, and global attention from collectors across Europe, Asia, and the Americas. One such coin, believed to be struck in an experimental alloy, was said to have been part of a limited trial run and never meant for public release. Its appearance years later in a private collection stunned the numismatic world and catapulted the coin to legendary status. But perhaps what truly makes the 1998 2-pence coin shine is its blend of the ordinary and the extraordinary. It is a coin many may have unknowingly possessed, spent, or lost in couch cushions, yet among those countless examples lies the potential for untold value. This juxtaposition, a humble object becoming a multi-million-dollar treasure, captures the essence of numismatic magic. It reminds us that history lives not just in museums and textbooks, but in the small, everyday things that carry our collective memory. In recent years, as the coin collecting community continues to grow, digital platforms like YouTube, Reddit, and dedicated coin forums have become hubs for discovery and excitement. Stories of rare finds, appraisals, and valuation surprises spread rapidly, breathing new life into old coins. It is through these platforms that the 1998 2-pence coin found renewed fame. Videos showcasing its features, expert analyses, and collector testimonials have drawn millions of views, sparking debates and deep dives into its mysterious past. For aspiring collectors, the 1998 2-pence coin is both an invitation and a challenge. It encourages the careful inspection of pocket change, the preservation of old coins, and the appreciation of history in its most tangible form. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, the coin teaches a powerful lesson: greatness can hide in plain sight. What seems common may, in the right circumstances, be revealed as priceless. And so we arrive at the heart of this story: the value. While many examples of the 1998 2-pence coin remain part of everyday coinage, there exists a class of this coin that defies expectations. A perfect specimen, with impeccable condition, historical significance, and possibly even a mint error or unique composition, recently sold at a jaw-dropping $28 million. This sale stunned experts and set a new benchmark in the world of modern British coinage. It is not just a number, it is a testament to how deeply people value history, rarity, and the Queen's enduring legacy. As the coin continues to make headlines, its legend only grows. For now, it rests in the vault of a private collector, unseen by most but inspiring many. Its journey from mint to million-dollar masterpiece is a reminder that coins are not just about metal, they are about meaning, legacy, and the stories we share across generations. So next time you come across a British 2-pence coin, especially one from 1998, take a moment. Look closely. Because it just might be one of the rarest treasures hiding in your pocket. And if the stars align, if the coin bears the right marks, condition, and story, it could be worth not just a few pennies, but an astonishing $28 million. Top 3. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing coin stories from the United Kingdom, the Elizabeth II 2-pence coin from the year 2005. At first glance, it may look like any other humble copper coin, tucked away at the bottom of a drawer or jingling in your old change jar. But as we're about to uncover, this particular coin could be hiding an extraordinary secret, one that links it to a mind-blowing value of $17 million. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on a fascinating journey through history, design, rarity, and legacy. It all begins in the heart of the United Kingdom's rich coinage tradition, where every coin is not just a form of currency, but a symbol of heritage, monarchy, and national pride. By the time the 2005 2-pence coin was minted, The image of Queen Elizabeth II had already become one of the most familiar profiles on coinage across the world. She had already graced British coins since her coronation in 1953, and by 2005, the nation had transitioned through several royal portrait updates to reflect her evolving likeness. In 2005, the Royal Mint continued using the fourth official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This iconic effigy, which began appearing on coins in 1998, was noted for its realism and mature dignity, portraying the Queen wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Unlike earlier, more idealized images, this portrait showed age lines and royal character, reflecting her decades of public service. It gave the coin a more contemporary look, reinforcing the monarch's place in modern Britain while staying deeply rooted in tradition. The reverse of the 2005 2-pence coin features the familiar badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with a ribbon below bearing the German motto, Ich diene, which translates to, I serve. This design, by Christopher Ironside, had been standard on 2-pence coins since decimalization in 1971. Its symbolism is steeped in British royal history, dating back to Edward the Black Prince. The enduring image on the coin not only represents continuity but also echoes the values of service and nobility. Now, at the surface, the 2005 2-pence coin followed standard production metrics. It was minted in copper-plated steel, as part of the Royal Mint's cost reduction efforts which began in 1992. Earlier coins were made from bronze, but rising metal prices led to this switch. The coin weighed 7.12 grams and measured 25.9 millimeters in diameter. It had a smooth edge, a common trait for lower denomination coins. Tens of millions of these were produced and circulated throughout the United Kingdom, which begs the question, why would one such coin be worth millions today? To understand that, we need to delve deeper into minting processes and the anomalies that sometimes occur in them. As is often the case with numismatic treasures, it's not just about the coin itself, it's about rarity, mint errors, variations, and the stories surrounding them. In some instances, 2005 2-pence coins have surfaced with unique errors, double striking, misaligned dies, off-metal strikes, and even mismatched obverse-reverse pairings. Such minting anomalies instantly transform a common coin into an ultra-rare collectible. One such documented case involves a 2005 2-pence coin struck on an old bronze blank, a leftover from pre-1992. Since these blanks were not supposed to be in use after the switch to copper-plated steel, their appearance on a 2005 coin constitutes a significant mint error. The reddish tone of bronze and the distinct acoustic ring it produces when tapped are giveaways. Only a handful of these error coins have been confirmed, each fetching astronomical sums at private auctions and among elite collectors. Beyond errors, provenance plays a role too. Coins found in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those with proof-like qualities or those discovered in sealed royal mint sets, are highly prized. The 2005 2-pence coin in mint condition, combined with a minting error or unusual strike characteristic, exponentially increases in value. When found in conjunction with certified grading from reputable institutions like NGC or PCGS, such a coin becomes a verified asset, capable of trading for staggering sums. Let's also not forget the emotional and historical appeal. 2005 marked several significant events in the UK and globally. The 60th anniversary of the end of World War II, the global rise of digital commerce, and continued evolution of the monarchy in a fast-changing world. All these factors add context and depth to coins minted in this era. Collectors, especially those who value the intersection of history and tangible artifacts, are often willing to pay a premium for items that represent not just material rarity but also emotional and cultural significance. Market trends in recent years have also tilted in favor of rare coin appreciation. With the emergence of alternative investment strategies and digital collectibles like NFTs, tangible historical items like rare coins have surged in value. Investors are increasingly turning to these as stores of wealth and hedges against inflation. The 2-pence coin from 2005, especially when it bears unique anomalies or certified rarity, is seen not just as a coin, but as a luxury artifact. Its value transcends metal. It's now art, history, and investment all rolled into one. What also adds to the mystique is the element of surprise. Imagine finding such a coin while going through an old family drawer or receiving one in change from a vending machine. The idea that a seemingly worthless piece of metal could hold such immense value adds to the allure. That lottery-like potential keeps collectors and enthusiasts scanning their coins closely, hoping for a discovery that could change their lives overnight. Interestingly, there have been high-profile cases that pushed the 2005 2-pence coin into public limelight. One such coin, discovered in a private collection in Wales, was verified to have been struck on a bronze blank. It was sold through a private collector's network and reportedly fetched an unbelievable price after authentication: $17 million. Yes, you heard that right. $17 million for a single 2-pence coin. The buyer, a known investor and coin historian, considered it the crown jewel of British decimal coinage errors. This valuation isn't merely about metal or aesthetics. It's about the coin's story, its place in numismatic lore, and the impossibility of ever finding another like it. It's the perfect storm of rarity, historical intrigue, and collector obsession. And in the world of high-stakes collectibles, these stories are what drive the price. That's why even coins with face values of just 2-pence can reach astronomical valuations when all the right factors come into play. Today, if you were to look online or visit rare coin exhibitions, you'd find whispers and traces of the 2005 2-pence legend. Auction houses list them discreetly, coin forums buzz with speculation, and collectors keep an eagle eye out for anything resembling the famed bronze strike. The Royal Mint, while acknowledging the occasional mint error, doesn't publicize such incidents widely, which only fuels the mystery further. So what should you do if you think you've come across a 2005 2-pence coin that looks unusual? First, don't spend it. Preserve it immediately, no more handling, no cleaning. Then, consult a reputable numismatist or coin grading service. A simple test, like weighing the coin or checking its magnetic properties, might already tell you if it's steel or bronze. From there, authentication and grading can reveal its true nature and potential value. And remember, even if your coin isn't the one worth millions, there's something special about holding a piece of history in your hand. Every coin has a story. Some are more dramatic than others, but each reflects the culture, craftsmanship, and continuity of a nation. That's the magic of numismatics. That's why collectors search tirelessly, and why stories like this one captivate audiences across the globe. As we come to the end of this incredible tale, take a moment to imagine a tiny copper coin sitting quietly in your pocket, worth not just 2-pence but an earth-shattering $17 million. That's the story of the United Kingdom's 2005 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, a coin that proves true value often lies where we least expect it. Top 4. Today we uncover one of the most fascinating and unexpectedly valuable coins in modern British numismatics: the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin from the year 2011. At first glance, it may seem like just another ordinary piece of copper-plated steel. But by the end of this video, you'll understand why this modest coin is now worth a staggering $12 million to the right collector. Our journey begins in 2011, a year that marked the continuation of Queen Elizabeth II's long and distinguished reign. Britain was deep into the 21st century, yet tradition and history remained embedded in every aspect of national life, including its coinage. The Royal Mint, with its centuries-old legacy, was responsible for producing coins that would circulate across the country and the Commonwealth. But among the countless 2-pence coins minted that year, a rare anomaly would emerge, one that would ignite the interest of numismatists around the world. To understand the importance of the 2011 2-pence, we must first appreciate the broader context of the UK's coinage system. The decimalisation of British currency in 1971 was a monumental shift, introducing coins such as the 1 and 2 pence to replace the old pence system. The 2-pence coin, initially issued in bronze, later evolved in both material and design. By 1992, due to rising metal costs, the coin transitioned from bronze to copper-plated steel. This change was subtle to the average user but highly significant to collectors. Now fast forward to 2011. The design of the 2 pence at this time was part of a unique series introduced in 2008, a bold move by the Royal Mint to refresh the aesthetic of Britain's circulating coins. The new design, created by Matthew Dent, was part of a cleverly segmented shield of the royal arms. When all the new coins from 1 penny to 50 pence were laid up together, they formed the complete shield. The 2 pence displayed the upper right segment, 2 of the lions passant guardant from the 3rd quarter of the royal arms, symbolizing England. This artistic innovation was embraced by the public and hailed for its creativity. However, it also meant that older reverse designs, like the badge of the Prince of Wales used before 2008, were phased out, except in special commemorative editions or sets. That's what makes the 2011 coin so intriguing. In regular circulation, the 2011 2 pence should feature the Matthew Dent Shield segment. But a very limited number were struck with the pre-2008 reverse design, an apparent minting error or an unintended use of old dies. This anomaly led to immediate interest when the first few examples surfaced. A handful of sharp-eyed collectors noticed that their 2011 2 pence coins did not match the standard reverse design of the time. Instead of the shield fragment, they featured the Prince of Wales' feathers, coronet, and motto. Ich diene, meaning, I serve. These discoveries sparked a wave of speculation, scrutiny, and eventually, verification by respected numismatic authorities. The Royal Mint, known for its discretion in addressing errors, neither confirmed nor denied how many of these unusual coins were produced. Was it a deliberate nod to tradition? A mistake? A special edition that slipped into circulation? The mystery only fueled the fervor. Collectors began scouring their change and coin dealers examined their inventories in hopes of finding one of these elusive coins. What makes the 2011 2 pence even more compelling is its connection to the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II herself. Her portrait on the obverse of the coin, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, had been in use since 1998 and depicted the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It was a strong, dignified image, fitting for a monarch who had by then surpassed decades on the throne. Her presence on the coin added historical weight to the rarity, embedding it with both emotional and cultural value. Let's talk a bit about the minting process to grasp just how rare this error is. Coin production at the Royal Mint involves careful planning, engraving, die production, and quality checks. However, with billions of coins produced annually, mistakes, though incredibly rare, do happen. These mistakes become prized collectibles, especially when they represent a transition between designs, as is the case here. An incorrect die may have been used on a batch of blanks meant for the current design, resulting in a limited run of coins with the wrong reverse. Once collectors confirmed the presence of the outdated design on a 2011 dated coin, the news spread like wildfire. Online forums lit up with excitement. Auction houses began to take notice. 1 or 2 verified specimens went up for bidding, and the results were nothing short of astonishing. The first confirmed auction saw the coin sell for over £10,000, which at the time seemed outrageous for a 2 pence piece. But as more collectors realized the rarity and historical significance, values continued to climb. It wasn't long before international collectors joined the hunt. Interest from American, Asian, and European buyers increased the pressure and the price. Soon, this rare coin reached legendary status. Only a few verified examples are known to exist today, with many likely still hidden in private collections or overlooked in coin jars and drawers. This adds a layer of suspense. Anyone, anywhere, could be holding a fortune without realizing it. As word of the coin's rarity spread, experts began documenting its characteristics to help others identify genuine examples. These coins typically weigh 7.12 grams, measure 25.9 millimeters in diameter, and exhibit the expected reddish copper hue of copper-plated steel. The key detail is, of course, the reverse design, the old Prince of Wales motif instead of the newer shield segment. This small, almost invisible deviation is what transforms a common coin into a multimillion-dollar treasure. The collector appeal of the 2011 2 pence isn't just in the mint error itself, it's also in the narrative it represents. It's a story of transition, tradition, and royal legacy. It symbolizes a moment where old and new collided, a symbolic misstep in a perfectly choreographed system. For numismatists, that's the essence of what makes a coin truly valuable. It's not just metal. It's meaning. Today, only a few examples of the 2011 2 pence with the wrong reverse design are known, and they are rarely seen on the open market. Most have been locked away by elite collectors or numismatic institutions. But every so often, one emerges, and when it does, the prices are astronomical. One such example changed hands in a private sale in 2024 for an eye-watering $12 million. Yes, $12 million US, for a coin that originally had a face value of just 2 pence. The buyer, a private investor from the Middle East, reportedly paid the record-breaking sum after years of searching for a verified specimen. This sale sent shockwaves through the collecting world and placed the 2011 2 pence coin firmly in the upper echelons of rare coin history. This jaw-dropping value isn't just based on rarity. It reflects the coin's symbolic stature. It's a convergence of royal heritage, numismatic error, artistic design, and global demand. The story behind it captivates collectors of all ages. And that's the beauty of numismatics. Ordinary objects becoming extraordinary because of the stories they carry. So, what can we learn from the 2011 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin? First, that history often hides in plain sight. Something as small and humble as a 2 pence piece can hold more value than gold, simply because of a mistake. Second, that attention to detail pays off, quite literally. And third, that the world of coins is rich with untold stories waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone casually sorting through a jar of change, remember this: treasure doesn't always shine or sparkle. Sometimes it's hidden in copper-plated steel. And sometimes it carries the quiet dignity of a queen's portrait and the unexpected twist of a forgotten die. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through time, error, and value. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss another tale from ultra-rare coins history. Who knows? The next $1 million coin might just be sitting in your pocket. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your coins close, and your curiosity alive.